Hey Stampers, another video tutorial coming at ya. This is the second project from Club this past month, and so thankful I'm getting these filmed before I head off for convention, so that everyone can take a look and craft and make their own boxes. This is the little guy we're going to make. It's a 2x2, like a pinch top box, a square box. Fits some candies inside. This one's a little broken from Stamp Club from opening and closing and having to retie it. But this will give you an idea, and I'm going to show you how to make this little guy. So we've got a piece of the new in color, the mint macaron. 8 1/4 by 4 is the cardstock. 8 1/4 by 4. And you're going to take the short side first, the 4-inch side, and you're going to score it at 2. Then you're going to go to the long side, and easy peasy, 2, 4, 6, 8. There's a cheer that goes with that, isn't there? 2, 4, 6, and 8 for the score lines, and then you're going to come in on the odd numbers, and you're just going to give a little mark at the 1, 3, 5, and 7, and you'll see that that's in between all of your squares, so that's going to give you the little pinch top and how it folds in here. And I'll show you how we make that happen in just one second. So you've scored the short side at 2, and then you've come in and you've scored 2, 4, 6, 8. Then you've put a little mark at 1, 3, 5, and 7. Okay? So we're going to move this. I'm just going to bring in my pad of grid paper. Makes it a little softer when I'm scoring without my simply scored. You could use the diagonal plate for this. It was just easy enough to draw in these lines. I found it was anyway, so you can fiddle with it if you like, or you can just do this method. But what you're going to do is this point in the top is going to help you match up with the corners. So you're going to go from the point to the top to the corner over here and do a score. And then you're going to go from the point to the opposite corner. So you end up with, hopefully you can see that, a little triangle right here, only on the top side. Okay, you'll see that when I fold it as well, and you're going to do that all the way along. So you're going to go from the middle to the corner, from the middle to the corner, all the way down. So that's 4 sets that you're going to do. Easy peasy. That is done. I'm going to fold this over lengthwise. I'm going to fold all of my straight lines. And then I'm going to give a fold to all of these angled lines. I'm having trouble speaking today. Holy moly. I wanted to get these videos done before convention though, and I think I'm feeling a little rushed. That always happens when you travel though. You can only do so much up until, and then, you know, the day of or the day, a couple days before, and then there's stuff that just ends up being last minute. So we've got our 4 squares on the bottom, and then we've got 4 squares on the top, and then we've done our little triangle folds here. Okay, we've got these 2 little pieces here, and we can get rid of those. We're going to keep the top one to adhere our box, to close it up. On the inside part of that score, I'm going to snip up the side and across, and I'm going to get rid of that piece. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my well-loved Perpetual Birthday Calendar stamp set. I love, love, love this stamp set. I cannot get enough of it. I've only used the months when I've made up the calendar so far. I've used the backgrounds like a bazillion times, and I don't think I'm exaggerating with that one. I love it. Can't get enough. And we're going to use it today as well. So I'm just going to pull out a block, which I forgot to do before I started filming. And I'm going to use the butterflies like I did on this guy. Really adapt it to whatever occasion you're doing. If you're going to do some of these for Christmas, you could do some snowflakes, or Valentine's Day you could do some hearts. All of the backgrounds are here. If you get the calendar set, and I know I've mentioned this before, if you get the calendar set with the stamp set, it's an awesome calendar. I love it. I have it on the wall. I use it a lot. I've gifted it, so I've gotten a kit, used this to make the kit, and then gifted it done so that it was ready to go for someone. And that's a great idea too, but I have used that stamp set a bazillion times. It has come in so handy. If you do nothing but get the stamp set, get it. It's worth it. For sure, for sure, for sure. So I've got my little butterflies on there. Ink them up with the same color, the mint macaron, and I am just going to go side to side across my diagonal lines that I put in there. You can try decorating the bottom if you like. It's going to be pretty covered up because these fold in on each other, so I would say just across the front would be fine. And one thing I did mention at Stamp Club as well, and of course it's going to prove me wrong here, but one of the things I had told the ladies was before you score, you might think of stamping. So try this along with the video, do it as it is, see if it works for you. If you find that when you're stamping you're getting those little creases, like your image isn't coming through on the crease lines, make up another one and just stamp before you do all of your folding, and that takes care of it, not a problem. This one was stamped before I did all the folding, and I have crisp images of the butterflies all the way around. I don't find that's the case here. I don't see any problems, but if you do, then just make up another one, stamp before you crease all of your folds, and you should be good to go. So now that we've done all of our stamping, right down the middle of these score lines, I'm going to cut up all of my squares. They seem to fold in, not a problem, but another tip that I mentioned at Stamp Club that you can do is you can go on either side of your score line like this, and that gives you just enough so that you have space for when you fold in. Again, like I said, I haven't noticed any major issues, but that's always a tip that I've used in my box making videos, just to give you enough space to fold in. So we've done all of our cutting, and I'm going to grab my 1/8. I've marked on them so that I can remember which one's which, my 1/8 little circle punch. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to go a little lower this time, probably about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to go in and put 2 holes, so one on either side, and I'm just eyeballing, no scientific measuring for this one. I'm just eyeballing where I'm putting those holes on either side of your triangular marks. So now we've got all of our holes in, all of our slats are cut. Our slats are cut here, and then we want to adhere. So again, as always, I'm using snail in the video, but use whatever you need to use. This one hasn't been tarnished yet, so I'm just going to pull in a spare piece to put my adhesive on because I know it's going to go over. The good part about these even boxes, it should be easy to close for you. So once you've got your adhesive on your edge here, okay, you should be able to flip this over and fold it in on your first square line, okay? And when you fold this guy over as well, this is an even box, it should line right up, and you can close this up easy peasy. Okay, you don't have to fiddle with it to try to make it work. It should close, not a problem. Okay, and now with me, with my OCD, I have to make sure I have a front and a back to a box. I usually take my seam as the back of my box, and this would be the front. So when I do that, just not that it stands out, it's just something that I need to do. This would be my bottom flap, so fold that in first. Fold your sides in next, and that would mean that all I should need is some adhesive here, tear tape, fast fuse, whatever you've got. Tombow works too, and you can close that up. It's good to go. Okay, well, this guy's hanging out a little bit. Look at that. Of course he is. I'm doing a video. What I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of Tombow in the corner here and fold that guy over. So you could put adhesive on more than one flap if you needed to. The other one didn't do that. It's all closed up. Must have been the way I folded it. Put a little Tombow in there and he's good to go. Yeah, I meant to do it that way. That's right. That's right. That's right. So now what you've got, these guys might be popping out a little bit, but you've got your little triangles. So these are all going to fold in on each other. See? How cool is that? So what I'm going to do, I went to the bulk barn and I was looking for a candy to put in these. And I've never seen these before, but they are so stinking cute. They're the fruit-filled candies, the hard candy with the little fruity center, but they're minis. Look at them. They're so cute. And I thought that would just be perfect for inside the box. And you can fit, I'm going to put 2 of each color in there. You could probably fit a few more, but that'll do for right now. But how cute is that? So I got a big bag of those. And we had to taste test Club, of course, to make sure that they're good for your recipient. Don't want them to be poisonous or anything. I'm joking, of course. Now I've got my baker's twine. And again, I'm going to find, this is the back of my box, so I'm going to start, if this is my back here, I'm going to start on this side. And I'm going to go in this hole and come out on this side. So this is my front, this is my crease on my back. So I'm going in and out, back in, and back out. So you see how this is going to pull together. Back in. So you should have a little bit on the outside and a lot on the inside. I had some stampers that were putting it on the cord was coming outside. We don't want that. We want these corners to stick out when we pull it all together. May take you a few tries to thread it. Don't worry about it. Using the 1/8 circle punch, it gives you plenty of room for a baker's twine or a thin ribbon, so you shouldn't have any problems with your holes at all. Of course, my silver doesn't want to come through now. That's okay. And then what I'm going to do when I pull that together, see, all my insides, my triangle tips are coming together. I'm going to do a quick little bow here. If my fingers will cooperate. There we go. And then I'll just snip the edges off to the size or the length of the box. There's a little bit of a bow. I could have pulled that a little tighter, but you get the drift. Cute, cute, cute little box with some candies. Great table favor, wedding favor, party favor. Decorated accordingly depending on the occasion. Cinch it with some ribbon or some baker's twine and away you go. Cute 2x2 box. Have fun. Happy stamping.